Hi everybody. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use many of the options when you do a post. So this is we'll call this practice post. And starting in week 4, I want you guys to start using these different features, using the equation editor. It will make these problems that can become quite daunting look easy, look better for us to read. And all that good stuff. So, okay, let's start with a couple of things. Let's say we've got an equation, AB2 plus 3C3, I don't know, I'm just making up something here, guys. I'm going to do your arrow. Makes, we'll say like 2AB, I don't know. This isn't gonna balance, okay? I just want to get the idea across so you can see. Okay, so first let's talk about subscripts. So AB2, that wouldn't actually be, well, A and B of course aren't elements. Well, B is for boron, but this isn't an actual substance. This is just my generic. But the 2 here at the end of the formula wouldn't look like that, right? It needs to be a subscript. So there's your subscript. And this 3 here would be a subscript. Okay, so in chemical formulas, you're going to have whole number coefficients in front, and you're going to have subscripts like that. Now, let's say you were doing something like 5 centimeters cubed. You need something as a superscript, or we had one this week where it was rate equals K times concentration of, we'll say, reactant A. B, we'll go with my same generic up here, square, let's say it was to the 2, times the concentration of C. Maybe it was raised to the 2. So what I do is I type it all out first, okay? And then whatever I want to make a superscript or subscript, okay, I highlight it, and then I make that a superscript. So remember, when you're doing rate law expressions, the numbers get put up here as superscripts. Now, you'll look, if I keep typing, it's going to continue as a superscript. So you have to just push that button again and then click down here. Okay, one other thing to show you, and that is the equation editor, and it pops up. Let me and this one, I'll be honest guys, isn't necessarily as user-friendly. You got to kind of play with it. This is where you can get an arrow. So like, look at that. I just wanted an arrow. Do you remember back here, see down here, and I did this on purpose. I had this kind of, I mean, it works, but it's not a good arrow. Well, I can just grab an arrow from up here. Again, you've got a left arrow, a right arrow. When we do equilibrium, you're going to need the double arrows. But for right now, I want a right arrow. So kind of looks funky, but you just click copy to document. And look at, there's my arrow. And so now I can get rid of this. Let's see if I can copy that. Paste it. For those that don't know, to copy something, you can highlight it and hit Command, or I'm on a Mac, so it's Command C for copy. You can do the same thing, I think it's Control C on a PC. That's for copy, and then where you put it wherever you want to put it, and hit Command or Control V. V means paste. See? It takes a minute sometimes, but you can see where it goes. Now I got a bunch of arrows. Let's get rid of some of these arrows. Don't need that many arrows. Okay, let's also talk about the equation editor a little more. So I bring it back up here. It keeps whatever you just did, so I kind of have to clear it out each time. And let's say I want to show how I do an equation. And I did this for somebody earlier today. Let's say I have a rate of 5 molar per second with respect to reactant AB. And I want to show how that converts to, and sometimes I'll even put this in parentheses, or you know what, even better yet, let's do this. Molar per second is a fraction. So I can do a fraction right there. Look at that. And I'm going to put molar in one parenthesis, seconds in the other. And this kind of looks funky right now, but look down here, that's what it is. So there's my rate. And in fact, I probably should get rid of some of these parentheses. And again, it takes a minute to catch up, so 5 molar per second of AB. And in fact, let's just get rid of that. And again, just go in here and play. Let's say we're trying to figure out what the rate is with respect to, I don't know, C, I guess, okay? So down here in my generic, there's, again, another fraction. So that's going to get multiplied by. On top, there's 1C. On bottom, there's 1AB. Whoops, that should be AB2, I guess, sorry. Okay, play around with this. You can even do symbols. You can do, all sorts of things. Check out all those things you can do. What else can you do? Let's see, style. Probably don't change that very much. If you want it to actually calculate something for you, it can. I don't know that I necessarily recommend that. For the most part, I use this to do fractions. I put parentheses here on the outside. You can do all sorts of things, right? So there's my, oh, and look, my AB2, that 2, remember, it's supposed to be a subscript. So I'm come over here and make that, oops, did that work? Let's see. Again, it takes a minute. I probably should have done it to begin with. Let's try that again. And that. So, over 2. And again, play with it. Oh, I got more than one open brackets than closed brackets. Uh-oh, okay. So let's add some more brackets, see if I can make it happy. Okay, I'm getting closer, so I changed the 1 to the AB. Again, give it a second depending on how fast or slow your internet is, and then I'm going to close the parentheses because I want to show that this is my conversion factor. I'm getting rid of AB, so I put, whoops, that doesn't really match, does it? This would have to be AB2 also. Let's just do this. Let's do another one of these for practice. So I want it to be a letter or letters with a subscript. So this is going to be AB and then 2. Okay, so that's how that would work. Again, I'm kind of just playing around and I wanted to show you some of the features. Get in here and play. Again, give yourself a second for this to kind of catch up. And then once it looks down here like you want it to look, hit copy to document. And it comes over here and look, boom, it's there. Pretty nice, huh? I like it. All right, so my challenge to you is next time we're working problems, or if you're talking about a topic or concept where you need to show some equations, I want to see everybody using the equation editor, which again was this little thing here. Whoops. Edit equation, it's right here. You can do math and have it calculate things for you. You know, play around in here. You can do all sorts of fun little things. You know, you're going to be able to preview it, so play around. You can add tables. You can do all sorts of crazy things here. But again, main thing, at least to start with, subscript, superscript. Give that a try, and good luck.